All right, here's a little update progress. I am making the frames for my ceiling diffusers because I'm going to hang them through the drywall with this 16th inch stainless steel stranded cable. I believe they call it the airline cable. So basically I made all the frames, and a couple of them I got a little excited, went ahead and put some panels in. But I'm using this L trim for drywall. It's pretty cheap, $5 for a 10-foot strip, and that's going to be what's holding my panels in. Now I'm either going to wrap the insulation in fabric and then put them back in, or I just might wrap the whole frame in fabric. That would be easier and there's no staining involved, but that's a nice square-edged pine, and I think it might look nice if I do stain it. And then I might have to trim an 1/8 inch off the panel by the time I put the fabric in there. So then you would see the metal and the wood frame. Maybe I would just paint those, we'll see, or leave the metal exposed. So basically there's going to be less penetrations. I'm not going to use drywall anchors. Yeah, just this is going through the drywall. So I had to have all that aligned. And then for my LED lights, my plan is to have this little transformer box above the drywall. And then I'm hoping this is long enough so I can put the LEDs in the Owens Corning 703 panels. For example, here, that's going to be above that hat channel. Well, basically at level of the hat channel. And then I'm going to mount those in there somehow. So yeah, I saw on Facebook someone suggested using drywall angle. Great idea. Nice sharp edge. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm laying all this out. The next step is to kind of a pain, but I need to put these extensions on my air conditioning output so I can, here's one of the extensions right here. I'm going to put this little downward extension with a grill, and I think this is actually, my plan is to mount that right in there as well. So this wood is going to go a few, I guess 4 inches, 5 inches below the drywall. And then this, I hope I made that long enough. I might have to remake it. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I want that that extension box to be basically at least flush with the bottom of my panels, so my diffusers are actually going to go right into the panel. That way I'm covering my whole ceiling with these diffusers. I could, now if I put fabric around here, I can have modular panels. I think they're all 6 foot wide. The middle ones are 4 feet wide. I should say 6 feet long, 4 feet wide. These are 40 inches because I don't want to get too close to the wall up here. By the time I have drywall, it's going to be really close to the finish. So that's where I'm at. It's an exciting step. It's fun to build all these. I could have done a higher level of craftsmanship, but I don't really have a higher level of craftsmanship. So that will work for me. I can sand and smooth that out, and maybe put some plugs on those screws if I decide to leave the wood unstained. There's my second baffle box that I made with Knopf duct liner acoustic 2-inch insulation in there. So yeah, those boxes are going to come down, and I have a 2x6 panel that's going to go here. I'm going to center that. So I have to have all that lined up so I can put those down. So that way it should quiet down the air from my system, but more importantly, the band noise, I hope, will go into that box and be attenuated, drop down significantly. So I still got to do the hat channels on my half walls here. That'll be easy. I'm doing a poor man's floating floor, which is going to be, I'm going to use mineral wool on the floor here. That's fiberglass, but I'm going to use mineral wool and 2 layers of OSB. I don't think I'm going to bother with green glue or any expensive mass-loaded vinyl, but I did spend the money on 3 rolls of this modified bitumen from Home Depot had it, actually. this, about 110 bucks a pop. So I bought 3 of these. Tri-ply membrane. It's non-granulated, so it's smooth surface. So that doesn't work as good when it's sandwiched between drywall or plywood, but I figured 400 bucks, that's about the price that green glue would cost. Actually, I don't think one 5-gallon pail of green glue would be enough for this whole space, so I'd end up spending 600 bucks or maybe 8 on green glue for this floor for, I guess, questionable results depending on who you ask. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to use the modified bitumen probably on top of the mineral wool. So I have my original subfloor, then mineral wool, then the rubber bitumen, 2 layers of OSB. And then if I really need to tear that apart, if it totally sucks, I can tear it apart. The green glue won't be a hindrance for that. So my other weak points, well, I have to make a door here. I'm not going to do a double door, but I am going to take a solid fire-rated MDF solid core, really heavy door. And I might even put 2 doors together, or I'll at least put another layer of plywood, maybe a layer of that bitumen in there. So I will do that. But otherwise, yeah, the floor is kind of my weak spot. Hopefully this double layer of drywall will be a nice soundproof, almost soundproof shell. That way I can play some music up here without the wife hearing it during evening hours. So